Guess who's back? Back again. It's me, your boy Harrison Graham, live here on YouTube and Rumble because the Bears have claimed 6 players off the NFL waiver wire, including offensive lineman Alex Leatherwood, by far the most notable claim for Chicago. So we're live. We're breaking it all down. I see some familiar faces in the chat from yesterday, and yeah, if the super chats get rolling, we're going to be here for a while. So what's up? Welcome in. Got producer Coop with me today. We'll kind of get going as we always do. Shout out your city. Get the comments going, and then we're, of course, going to talk about this news of Alex Leatherwood and 5 other players being claimed by the Chicago Bears. But first, let us know where you guys are watching from. Tyler Johnson went early on waivers. I don't even know where he went to, but I don't think the Bears were able to get him. He was not one of the claims. Texans were able to get him, so they were higher up in the waiver order. What's up? Common Polls win from Lucas. We got Cameron in Memphis, PV Priest in Colleen. Let's see, Southside Chicago from Jamar. Dale is in Belgrade, Montana. We got Maurice in El Paso. Stink is in Delray Beach, Florida. Mark is in Orlando, Florida. We got Paul in Newcastle. What's up? Crystal Lake is where Rick is. Let's see. I was listening to a podcast about that area recently, actually. Monty in Dallas. We got Jonathan in Toronto. LAC in Los Angeles. New Mexico is where Thomas is. What's up? Welcome in. Continue to get your cities in the chat. Let's get the FGBs going here as well, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the news. We can go to the list from the list of the full guys first, then we'll talk a little more about Leatherwood. Bourbon Eye, nice. Let's see. Cabot says FGB. We got Dale saying FGB. Scott, Rick, Daniel, Robert. If you aren't familiar, FGB stands for F. You guys know. Fuck. Green Bay. That's how it goes. Whoa. Whoa. We could say it. They didn't hear. They didn't hear. Russell says FGB. Nick says FGB. Bear down forever. Marcel. We got Thomas. Cameron saying FAR. That is also acceptable on this channel. Prison, if you ask me. Andrew says FGB. Kevin, Anthony, Ruben, Patrick, Lenny, Keith, Ryan, Phillip. We got Rodolfo in there. Rare, Dylan, Pierce. A lot of FGBs coming in. All right, let's talk about the news a little bit. And if you guys want to super chat, we'll get to those as well. Going to be here for a little while here on Chicago Bears. Now, here were the waiver claims by Chicago. Obviously, Alex Leatherwood, the notable one here, the offensive lineman who got somewhat surprisingly released by the Las Vegas Raiders. First-round pick from last year. We'll expand on him. Obviously, Ryan Poles throwing a dart here, hoping he gets good value for a former first-round pick. Armon Watts, the defensive tackle from Minnesota, who Adam Hogue of CHGO is reporting that Watts was potentially going to start there and was a surprise cut. So we talked yesterday, defensive tackle could be a position to look out for. They add Armon Watts. Josh Blackwell, the defensive back. Be honest, don't know a ton about him. Kingsley Jonathan, I know a little bit about him, kind of a rotation pass rusher. Sterling Weatherford, linebacker, so I would imagine one of the Bears linebackers will get cut. They carried 6 yesterday. And then Trevin Wesco, the tight end. Remember, the Bears only carried 2 tight ends, Cole Kmet, Ryan Griffin, through to the initial 53. Wesco looks like he's going to be that third guy. Maybe they'll cut Jake Tonjes now. We'll have to wait and see. We do know so far these are the 3 practice squad additions: Chase Allen, Kellen Deesh, and then Isaiah Coulter. Obviously, 2 of those returning from camp to the practice squad. I'm sure there will be more, but these are the 3 that I am seeing so far. If you guys see any other ones, I like Kellen Deesh, by the way. I think he's a worthwhile project coming out of Arizona State. All right, grade the Bears' offensive line. And we'll flash the depth chart, then we'll come back to the weigh-in here. Get your grades in, A, B, C, D, or F. I don't really know where to plug Alex Leatherwood in. And let me mention this, too. With the 6 claims, obviously 6 other moves have to be made. One of those, I think, will be N'Keal Harry going to IR, but still 5 other players are going to have to get cut or go to short-term IR, so we'll see what those moves are. For now, I'm going to pencil in Leatherwood as the backup right tackle. I got Reef as the backup left tackle. But I actually think Leatherwood is a better guard than tackle. I'll expand on that when we kind of expand on the news here in a few minutes. I do wonder, could that mean Zach Thomas is going to get cut and go to the practice squad? I think that's a possibility. I do think this could be the end of any thought that Michael Schofield could return. I don't necessarily envision that now. So Alex Leatherwood, for now, I've got him as the backup right tackle. I think he plays better at guard. Mitchell Renz, who covers the Raiders here at Chat Sports, firmly agrees that he's more of a guard. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Could he work his way into a competition to start for this team this year? I don't know. But I don't mind the addition overall. So grade the O-line as a whole. TMH says C. Jamar says B. Miles B. LAC C. We got Nicholas saying C, B minus. J-Rock saying C. Dylan Thomas C minus. Robert, two Roberts saying C actually. Bardman C minus. C plus from Torian Whitfield. Someone says C with B upside. We got Isaac saying FGB. Hey, always my favorite grade, FGB. And yes, $5.9 million is what the Bears will take on in cap. So not cheap, but if he shows some of that first-round potential, it's good value because you didn't draft him. You got him for nothing. Like, obviously, you have to take on the money, but Ryan Poles clearly sees something here. He must have liked him coming out of Alabama. Lucas Prang getting the super chats going. I think we all had a feeling they'd get Leatherwood. I didn't know if they'd put a claim out, to be honest. I didn't know if any team would because the Raiders could not trade him. No one would trade for him, not even like a late-round pick, 6th, 7th-round pick. So I thought, okay, maybe he'll clear waivers, and then he will sign somewhere cheap. But the Bears, they wanted him, so they put a claim in for him. Here's our Super Chat menu. I swear I fixed this, Coop, but you know how Excel goes. Lucas Prank getting us started. Same menu as yesterday. All Super Chats get a shout-out. $5 will Beers cheers you. $20. We still got some of that bottle left from yesterday if you guys want to knock it out. And then $100, we'll do a beer bong. I've got the Merbonga ready to go. Hey, I'm ready. I didn't think I'd be back today, so that's what we're going to do. If you guys want to send in some super chats, we'll stay live for a while. We got $1,200 yesterday. I'm not necessarily expecting that, but we'll see what we can do. I did X out of that sheet, Coop, so if you need to mess with it, go for it. All right, type bear down, and then here in a moment we're going to expand on this news and kind of break it all down for you guys here on Chicago Bears Now. Get the bear downs going in the comment section, and let's get it popping here. Let's get it going. Type bear down below, and we'll have some fun here on today's show. I don't know what happened to Paul there. Type bear down. Let's go. Jamar says bear down. Philip says bear down. Jaden says bear down. Robert Ship says bear down. We got, what's wrong with this other than that, or is that the issue? Oh. I don't know what you're saying, but you got it. Rear says bear down. William saying bear down. We got Tyler. We got, let's see, Keith in there. Nick, Jason, Jay Capone, we got Ruben, Terrell, Lenny. Bears making moves. Yeah, they've made 6 claims, including Alex Leatherwood being claimed. Take a drink for me, Harrison. I quit 16 months ago, so you got a drink for the both of us. FGB. Jonathan, appreciate the super chat. We'll flash it here in a few moments. Andy says bear down. DeJuan says bear down. Zach Lowe says bear down. Life with the Hunt says bear down. Eric in there as well. Darren, Glenn, we've got Lonnie, Eric. Get the bear downs going in the comments. Keith, Nick says F Don Burr. Hey, listen, we all know Don Burr's a Bears fan. He just won't admit it. Bear down forever. We got John, Jeremy, Plank saying bear down. Ken McKenzie. Let's see. Jeff says bear down. We got John saying bear down, Jaron saying bear down. Let's see, a couple more here, and then we're going to get into today's news on the show. Monty and Steve saying bear down, as does Mateo, and then 2.0 wanting to get an FGB in. All right, real quick, we told you guys with the Super Chats, we do have a $100 Super Chat club, so if you want to join that, you got to send in a $100 Super Chat. Obviously, That is not expected, but if anyone does, you can join these 10 gentlemen. Joel O'Connell has sent in 12 $100 super chats. I think a couple 200s, so we just counted those twice. Sealand has done it 6 times, Matt Hepler 4 times, and this is since the first preseason game, so we're keeping track all season. Greg Monahan, and then Craig, Mike, James, Riley, Paul, and Brandon have each sent one in as well. Couple super chats, and then we'll jump into the news here. Jonathan says, take a drink for me, Harrison. I quit 16 months, so you got a drink for both of us. FGB. Cheers. And then our boy, Donnie Burr. Leatherwood is a certified bust. Detroit versus everybody. Look, up to this point, I would agree with you. But I think the Bears are saying $5.9 million. Okay, let's see if we can get something out of this kid, because he's obviously got some talent, and they're going to see if they can figure that out. So no new Bear stuff from what I'm seeing. Coop, I think we're good to go here. Just for sake, go ahead and record, play the 6-second intro. You never know, and then we will go from there. Freddie, we'll get to that super chat after we get to the news here. If you send any super chats, we will break them all down. So stick with us here on Chicago Bears Now. Got to be a lot of fun here on the channel. Appreciate that, Freddie. Appreciate everybody else coming in here. Yeah, it looks like them. Yeah, it should be. There's some blue in there, though. That is weird. It's all good. We'll make it happen. All right. You guys ready? Yeah, and use the weigh-in, too. All right. 6-second intro this piece, and let's go. Oh, Frank's saying F Detroit. Hey, F Detroit, F Don Burr. It's all good. All right. Let's break down this Leatherwood news coming up here on the show. We have a Chicago Bears news alert for you guys as the waiver wire period has passed, and the Bears made 6 claims, but there's one we're going to focus on more than the others. That is Alex Leatherwood, the 17th overall pick in last year's draft, cut by the Raiders yesterday. Didn't know if a team would claim him. I knew he would sign with the team, and I had some interest with the Bears. Lo and behold, they put a claim out for him, and the Bears get him. And a lot to break down here, some finances to include, but let's look at what he did in the preseason most recently. Played in 91 snaps, gave up a sack, 4 hurries, 7 pressures. Not great, to be completely honest. And to kind of go back to the draft last year, most teams had a 2nd or 3rd round grade on him. In the Raiders, in classic John Gruden and Mike Mayock fashion, drafted him in round 1. But you're talking about a talented football player. He did start 17 games for the Raiders last year. He's got some experience, so I'm definitely very, very intrigued. I got more opinions. We'll give some thoughts on how he could fit in here and a lot of other things as well. Ian Rappaport broke down the finances for you guys. 3 years left on the deal, $5.9 million that is fully guaranteed, so that's not a crazy amount. Plus, they have the right to the 5th-year option, that being the Bears, so if he works out, they could get a 5th-year option for him. Vegas already paid 58.9% of it, so Raiders have already eaten up a decent amount of the money that Alex Leatherwood was owed. Bears take on $5.9 million. They had over $18 million in cap space before today's claim. So, let's just say minus $6 million. You're still going to have $12, $13 million to go. Maybe we'll call it 11 with the other claims as well. But pretty, I think it's a risk-reward type of deal, but not super risky to the point where I actually don't like it. I actually don't mind it at all. What is your one-word reaction to the Bears claiming Alex Leatherwood? Let me know in the comments. What is your one-word reaction to the Bears claiming Alex Leatherwood? I'll give you my one word after this YouTube ad break. My one-word reaction is calculated. Ryan Poles moved a lot of money around this offseason, took on some dead cap to set this team up for the future, and created the Bears with over $18 million in cap space, and that allowed him to go out and say, you know what, we could risk it and try to sign him as a free agent if no one claims him, but I want this guy, so I'm going to go get him because I have the money to do so. They take on the $5.9 million, so I think calculated is the word I will provide when it comes to the Bears going out and claiming Leatherwood. We'll see what type of player he could be. We'll talk about what his fit could be here in a moment, but as far as my initial reaction, my one-word reaction, I'll say calculated by Ryan Poles. This is why you subscribe to Chicago Bears Now. Bear down, hit the sub button, because when breaking news happens, we're probably going to go live just like we are today, but at very minimum, minimum, we will have a video for you guys on the channel, the latest news, rumors, other storylines around this football team. Football is back. Week 1 is almost here. Subscribe to the channel. We will continue to bring you guys the latest and greatest Chicago Bears news and rumors. All right, let's look back last year at Alex Leatherwood. It wasn't pretty. It really wasn't. Played over 1,100 snaps. Like I said, he played 17 games. 14 penalties. That's a lot. 8 sacks allowed. Not great. 17 hits, 65 pressures. He wasn't good. He was not good. Now, he played some tackle and guard. I think he's a much better guard. So you look at the depth chart. For now, and again, as we're filming this, we don't know which players have been cut, as the Bears have claimed 6 players. Again, we'll get to the other 5 players in a minute. But for now, I'll pencil him in as the backup right tackle to Larry Borom, but I'll be really curious to see what Ryan Poles and this coaching staff view him as. Do they view him as a guard? Do they view him as a tackle? We're going to hear from Poles and assistant GM Ian Cunningham tomorrow on Thursday, so I'm sure they'll have comments on this. Could Zach Thomas get cut and then Leatherwood works at guard and maybe he's your interior guard this year? And who knows, maybe he impresses enough where you cut Cody Whitehair next year, who can get out of his contract. You never know. That's a lot of projecting, but he's got tackle and guard experience. The question is, which position is better for him, and does he have the right attitude and motivation to be a good player in the NFL? There's talent there. He was a second, third round talent that went in the first round. I'll be curious to see how this plays out. But positionally, for now, I'll pencil him in as the backup right tackle, but I think that could very much be in flux. Grade the Bears' offensive line as a whole as it sits at this exact moment. A, B, C, D, or F. I do think it's better than last year, so B for better. You could go with that. If this is a C-plus unit this year, I'll be happy. Last year it was a D-, it was an F, it sucked. Give me an average to above average play. You'll have better production. Justin Fields will play better. Let me know. I'll say C-plus right now. I think there's some promising signs, but I'm not going to sit here and confuse this group with the 1990s Cowboys. Like, they have a long way to go to improve up front, but I think we're trending in the right direction there. C-plus for me. Let me know what you guys think. Get going with BetUS, our sportsbook partner here at Chicago Bears Now and at Chat Sports as a whole. If you haven't created an account yet, I suggest you do so. Go to chatsports.com/Bears. Use our promo code BEARDOWN. BetUS is a sportsbook that allows you to go bet on football games, play some future bets like divisional odds, Super Bowl odds, MVP, Rookie of the Year, etc. And you can do so at chatsports.com/Bears. Promo code BEARDOWN. Week 1 odds are out. The Niners, 7.5-point favorites. I like the Bears to cover there, if not win outright. So I might do a little Bears money line here and try to juice my odds here, make some extra money. Chatsports.com/Bears, promo code BEARDOWN. If you feel good about this game, go bet on it. Hell, if you don't feel good about the Bears, go bet on the Niners. You could do so today. Chatsports.com/Bears, promo code BEARDOWN for 125% deposit bonus. All right, we've talked a lot about Alex Leatherwood, and rightfully so. But there were 5 other claims. Armon Watts, the defensive tackle. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a second. Josh Blackwell, the defensive back, who I will admit I don't know a ton about. I'm going to pull up his info here in just a second. Kingsley Jonathan, rotation defensive lineman here. We'll see how he fits in. Sterling Weatherford, the linebacker, which means likely Caleb Johnson or maybe even Jack Sanborn or Joe Thomas gets cut. And then Trevin Wesco. The Bears only carried 2 tight ends through the initial 53, Cole Kmet and Ryan Griffin, so they needed to bring someone else in here. I'll talk about Armon Watts for a sec here. Adam Hogue, who covers CHGO, also does the Hogue and Johns podcast with Adam Johns. They do a great job. Go check them out if you haven't already. He tweeted out that Watts was competing for a starting job in Minnesota before he got cut. And we talked about yesterday, defensive tackle is a position of need. You cut Trayvon Coley. You cut Mario Edwards. You kept Mike Pinnell. Does he get cut now? Is he still in the mix? We'll see. We don't know who the Bears are cutting just yet. But Armon Watts, I think, is a guy that can give this team some punch. I looked up Josh Blackwell here. His college stats at Duke, 4-year player. He had, let's see, no interceptions in college, which not a great sign. Maybe he's a special teams type of guy. Did have 20 pass breakups in 4 seasons, so maybe kind of a developmental type of player. We talked about corner being a need. I don't know if this is the exact type of player I had in mind, but keep that in mind. Maybe you bring him in, Jalen Jones gets cut, something like that, because I think we were all pretty surprised that Jalen Jones got released. Practice squad news up to this point, and this is changing constantly, so I'll refresh my feed and just see if anything is new. You can add Nathan Peterman to the list. That one just came through. So 4 members of the practice squad: Nathan Peterman, Chase Allen, Kellen Diesch, Isaiah Coulter. Talk about each of these guys. Allen out of Iowa State. I like him. I like him returning to the practice squad. I think he's a developmental guy, good blocker. If he could improve as a pass catcher, I think he could be a 53 type of guy in the future. Kellen Diesch, I like him too. He should have been drafted. He was not. I think this is a lineman worth developing. And then Isaiah Coulter, who had a great preseason, worthy of a practice squad addition as well. We'll see if any of the other Bears players return. No Bears players that got cut got claimed by other teams. So the Bears can bring back whoever they want. Simba Webster, if they want to bring him back. If they want to revisit Daz Newsome, they can do that as well. I think Darrington Evans would be a practice squad candidate, so keep an eye on some of those names. All right, a lot of news. The headliner, Alex Leatherwood, coming to the Chicago Bears on the waiver wire. And by the way, the Bears were 7th in order of the waiver wire, so the 6 teams ahead of him did not put in a claim for him. So the Bears did, and they got him, obviously. First-round pick last year. Listen, Ryan Poles is a former offensive lineman. He's going to mix and match with these guys. He's going to work relentlessly to make sure the Bears have a good line currently and long-term. So Alex Leatherwood now in the mix. We'll see how he fits on this team, which is what brings us to this question. Will Leatherwood play tackle or guard for the Bears? What do you guys think, or what would you guys like to see maybe? Type T for tackle, type G for guard. Let me know. Where's Alex Leatherwood going to play in Chicago? All right. Let me know. Leatherwood. That's what I'm saying, Marco. Did I not say Leatherwood? I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. Leatherwood. Someone is saying my video is blurry. Is it blurry? Okay, you guys are just trolling me, I think. Unbelievable. A lot of trolls. A lot of trolls. Ken sends guard, Jose tackle, both. I mean, maybe he's your, like, number 6 or 7 lineman. Like, if a tackle gets hurt, he goes in. Although I think Riley Reif would be the first tackle. If a guard gets hurt, he goes in. You know, there could be some versatility. Someone says left guard in 23. I did mention that. Like, maybe Cody Whitehair. If Leatherwood progresses, Whitehair gets cut next year to save cap space, and you plug in Leatherwood there, then him and Jenkins are your guards. Because I will say this. I do not think Leatherwood's going to come in here and unseat Tevin Jenkins. I just don't see that. Maybe if Larry Borum struggles, they would try Leatherwood at right tackle, but Leatherwood has really struggled at that position, so we'll have to wait and see. We got some super chats during that segment, so we will go ahead and answer those. Have you let them know that the cut is done, Coop? Okay, I'm not feeling the Leatherwood signing, but hey, I'm not a GM. FGB, get another beer on me. Hey, we're sipping, baby. We got our first 20-piece. Let's go, Ken McKenzie. Let's go, Ken. Getting it started. $20 super chat. Let's ride. You guys are probably wondering why I got the fireball out. Well, $20 super chat. Shot of some fire bleezy, baby. Here we go. Here's our super chat menu. Cheers, Ken. This is why I'm taking a shot. You send in $25. I take a sip of my drink. All super chats get on the show. Then $100. We got the Merbonga. It's like a mermaid beer bong. I'll chug out of this thing as well. Cheers.
Harrison, the bosses also told me if we get to 300 likes, that's an extra shot.
Ooh, that's true. Like the video. Hit that thumbs up icon. If we get to 300 likes, I'll take a bonus shot. Every 300 likes, I'll take a bonus shot. That's what we do on watch parties. We'll do it now. So like the video. Let me know when you have liked it. I'll get some shout-outs going. We'll run it back. We'll run it back. We got 1,200 live. We might be here a while. It's up to you guys. We'll for sure do a mailbag coming up, and then we'll play a little shot clock later. You guys answered the bell yesterday for about 2 hours on shot clock. Juan has liked it. Zach has liked it. Jacob, so has Ethan. Derek, positive vibes. Love that. 59 likes away. Let's just get to 300 now. I mean, I'm just going to pour this out. Pour this shot. Let's get to 300 likes. Elliot has liked it. Josh has liked it. We're not getting into a mailbag until we get to 300 likes, so let's go. Sarge has liked it. Frank. Joe's got a super chat. We can get to that real quick. A couple super chats, actually. Lucas says, is Leatherwood a quicker guy or mauler? I think he's more of a mauler, and I think that's kind of part of the problem with him at tackle. He doesn't have the longest arms either. That's why I think he's more of a guard. Joe Chavez with the two-piece. Raiders first round last year, and now cut. What happened? New regime there. They didn't mesh, clearly. He didn't perform. Mitchell Wren says that he heard, and Mitch has some connections within the Raiders building, that the last couple of weeks leading up to cuts, he kind of checked out, didn't have the best attitude. So I don't think he wanted to be there. I don't think they wanted him there. I just don't think he was a good fit with the new regime. So maybe a fresh start will be good for him. We'll have to wait and see. We've crossed 300 likes. That's a shot. That is a shot. All right, use hashtag Bears or Super Chat if you want to get your questions on the show. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat if you want to get your questions here. And we will answer as many as we can. And by the way, if you joined us yesterday, if you have similar questions, go ahead and ask them. Obviously, a lot of the questions from yesterday are no longer, up to date. Like Tyler Johnson, he's been claimed. He's unavailable. So if you have any new questions about, free agent pickups, trade targets, the current roster, whatever the case may be, go ahead and ask me. And I'm going to keep an eye on Twitter. Lachavious Simmons to the practice squad as well. Coop, Nathan Peterman, and Lachavious Simmons. I'll just send you these tweets. We can try and update those throughout. Kind of just get that listicle expanded if you want. Could even just go logos if that's easier. Just manually add them. I'd say do that across the board then, like change the other ones. All right, hashtag Bears, Super Chat. David with a quick 2. We'll hit that before the mailbag, Coop, since just a little FGB chant. Get those questions in. And by the way, let me see, where did Preston Williams go? Preston Williams, not claimed. The Bears could still sign him. He was not claimed. Preston Williams not claimed. Wow. Okay. All right, let's get into it here after David's Super Chat. Appreciate it, David. FGB, he says, get the FGBs going down in the comments. I'll get some shout-outs here, and then we'll get into this mailbag. Brenda says, I was thinking Tyler Johnson. He got claimed by the Texans ahead of the Bears in the waiver order, so that was not in store for Chicago. Malcolm says FGB. Tyler says FGB. D. Wilk FGB. Ryan, Mark, Scott, Zach, Josh, Renell. We got Daniel Perez. Bear the F down from Zach. Chi-Town saying FGB. Denise Clark as well. Mark says FGB. Brad says FGB. Andrew. We got Burrito Bandit saying FGB. I love burritos, man. Burritos slap. Elliot says FGB. Let's see. R&R, we'll hit that super chat in the super chat in our mailbag shortly. I think that's a good question. Cameron says FGB. Bear down from H-Town saying FGB as well. We got Cameron saying FGB. Coop's getting a couple of graphics in order for us, and then we'll be good to go here. Don't forget Mint Mobile here. AC says FGB. Frank says FGB. Cameron says FGB. Devin also saying FGB. So does T. Wilkins. Alex Leatherwood signing with the Bears after being claimed by Chicago, I should say. And, yeah, it's interesting. There's no doubt about it. So appreciate everybody who's getting going. Burrito says best Bears channel. Burrito Bandit, appreciate that. You're a legend. We claimed a good corner. Yeah, I need to find out more about Josh Blackwell. 6 foot, 175 pounds. I don't know what his deal is. Played college ball at Duke. Trying to find more about him. Blackwell from the Eagles. Kingsley from the Bills. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to look up Trevin Wesco, too. See if I can find out a little more about him. We'll save that one for the we can go to the other one, though. Also, Michael saying FGB. Appreciate that. So, Trevin Wesco, 3 years in the NFL, 6 catches, 87 yards, 6'3", 267, though. Probably a blocker. They probably wanted a better blocker as their third tight end than James O'Shaughnessy. That's probably what this tells me. So, there you go on that front. A little more info on the claims made by Chicago. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Mailbag time. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. If you Super Chat, you can jump the line. We'll answer as many questions as we can. We got one Super Chat to hit during this mailbag, and then hopefully we hit some more as well. Today's Chicago Bears mailbag is sponsored by Mint Mobile, the cell phone wireless company owned by actor Ryan Reynolds, and you can get plans starting at just $15 per month. It's a deal. Prices for things are very expensive right now, and you can save money today by switching your wireless cell phone provider to Mint Mobile. Go to mintmobile.com/chatsports. Get started today and start saving some money. I'm Harrison Graham. I'm going to answer all your questions here. Let's start with R&R. What's a realistic record for the Bears? You know, you guys keep asking me. I think I'm going to do another record prediction video, kind of an updated one after the full offseason and training camp. You know, I think the absolute floor is like 5 wins, and I think the ceiling is like 10 or 11 because the schedule's manageable. So I'm somewhere in the middle there, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll have a video for a game-by-game record prediction coming up maybe this weekend, so be out on the lookout for that. Cheyenne with the super chat. Do you believe Justin can carry the Bears deep into the playoffs or Super Bowl? This year, probably not a deep playoff team. I think they could sneak in. I've said it before. I think this team could be like the Eagles last year, where maybe they start a little slow, but they gain confidence, they figure things out, and they rally to sneak into the playoffs. I don't think this team's ready to make a deep run. I just don't think they have enough elite talent yet. But I think the coaching staff is really good. I think Fields is going to take a jump, and I think this team's going to surprise some people. They're going to be competitive week in and week out. Cheyenne, appreciate the super chat. Dominic, thank you for the $10, my friend. Cheers up. Let's go to Peter here. Watts, best claim, arguably second best idea. Look, Armon Watts was competing for a starting job in Minnesota, according to Adam Hogue. So not only do you get a guy that comes over from a different team in the division, so you can get a little bit of intel, he's a guy that he might start here or at least compete at defensive tackle. I mean, you think about what you have there. And as we're filming this mailbag, we don't know who the Bears are cutting to make room for these players, but Watts could start next to Justin Jones. He could be a guy that starts next to Justin Jones, or at worst is a rotation guy. I think this was potentially a good pickup here. I'll pull up his numbers real quick. He's 6'5", 307. Last year, guys, he had 5 sacks as an interior defensive lineman. I like this pickup a lot. I think it's a good one. Michael Lewis, I think worst case scenario, he's a really good swing guard project. Michael talking about Alex Leatherwood here. Yeah, I think worst case, like, look, the Bears O-line obviously isn't loaded, right? So, like, as a rotation backup at worst, like, I mean, he's better than a guy like Latavius Simmons, who you cut. Like, I'd rather have Alex Leatherwood than Michael Schofield, who's a vet and is probably not improving at this point. Leatherwood should be able to improve some. Now, he did not perform that well last year for the Bears. His pass blocking was abysmal, but decent in run block, and I think if you play him more at guard, he can play better. He's got some talent. I think the Raiders mismanaged him. New regime, they couldn't get on the same page either. So let's see how this goes. Leatherwood has to own how the start of his career has gone, but a fresh start for him and a regime that's not going to accept loafing. So we'll find out real quick if Alex Leatherwood is up to the task here in Chicago. What do you guys think? Will he play guard or tackle for the Bears? You can type B for both. He might play some both. Type T for tackle, type G for guard. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Let's go to Philip here. What are your grades on the O-line roster? I think I said C+. You know, I think this group will be average to above average, and that's a major improvement. I think the coaching's better. I think the scheme is going to help maybe cover up some of those weaknesses there. But if Tevin Jenkins keeps improving at guard, I think your interior is pretty solid with him and Whitehair, then hopefully Lucas Patrick soon. Even Mustipher has filled in, admirably at center for the time being. We'll see how Borum plays. Obviously, we'll see how Braxton Jones plays, rookie 5th-round pick at left tackle. But if they just aren't, bad, like if they're average, I think this line could be decent. I really do. Ethan Eli, why didn't we grab a receiver like Lynn Bowden or Preston Williams? Could still sign Preston Williams. I didn't see. I'll look up Lynn Bowden real quick, see if he got claimed. I'm not sure if he did. Lynn Bowden was not claimed, I don't believe. So correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but they're still available if you want to go out and get them. We'll see. Kyle Smith with the super chat. Appreciate that. Hope I'm wrong. Getting Leatherwood is a mistake. I mean, at worst, it's a $5.9 million mistake. Yeah, it's not nothing, but, the this is a guy that went first round last year. Should he have gone first round? No. But was he going to be a top 75 pick? Yeah, he would have been. Like, another team was going to take him in the second round or early third. So I think there's obviously some gamble here, but if it works, you got a good player potentially for nothing. It's just the financial part of it. $5.9 million is all he has left in guaranteed money. That's not a crazy amount. Plus, the Bears had over $18 million in cap space. So if it doesn't work, yeah, the $6 million thing stinks, but it could be worse. R&R Cash and Carter, appreciate the soup. How much of a setback will the Packers have? I mean, I assume you talk with Adams leaving, etc. I mean, I think there's going to be some growing pains with that young receiving core with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, when you have Rodgers, things are going to be a little bit easier to kind of, I guess, upstart quicker than, say, a younger quarterback. But, yeah, I mean, I don't expect that receiving core to be as consistent, not as dynamic early on. I don't. So can that close the gap and help the Bears, maybe split with Green Bay this year? I hope so. Get the FGBs going in the comments. Today's show is sponsored by Mint Mobile. Like we said, they offer unlimited premium wireless with plans starting at just $15 per month. Some of the cool features with Mint Mobile, obviously they have very high-speed data. They'll switch seamlessly between 5G and 4G depending on where you are in the country. Whatever the strongest is in that area, you will get the best. Unlimited talk and text as well. And these days, I don't know about you, I'm always on my phone. I'm always using data up, so to have unlimited talk and text as well is very, very nice. MintMobile.com/chatsports is the place to go. Plan starting at $15 per month. Your mom, your girlfriend, they're going to be annoyed at how often you hit them up because they're like, stop talking to me. Oh, I got unlimited now, Mom, so you're going to be hearing from me a lot more. MintMobile.com/chatsports. Get started today. Link in the comments and in the description. Let's go to Timothy Crowley here. Who is the best addition by the new administration? Do you mean like among these waiver claims or just since they've taken over? Best addition overall. That's a tough one. Honestly, probably the draft pick of Jaquan Brisker. I think he's going to be a special player. If you take the draft out of it, it's hard to say. They didn't spend a ton of money in free agency. I think Justin Jones will be a good player. Muhammad's going to be a good player. I think Lucas Patrick will be a good center. So it's hard to pick one, but maybe it ends up being Leatherwood here. Who knows? Jaron Thomas, does Justin Fields pass for 4,000-plus yards and become the first guy to do that in Bears history? I hope so, man. This stat that the Bears are the only team in the NFL without a 4,000-yard passer and without a 30 passing touchdown passer in a single season. It's embarrassing. It's got to end. It's got to end. Hopefully it ends this year, but if anyone's going to do it, I believe in Justin Fields. Torian Whitfield, what's your grade on our wide receiver tight end roster? I think the wide receivers, obviously after Darnell Mooney, it's a lot of, let's see, right? But I liked what I saw from Dante Pettis in the preseason. Tajay Sharp's got some ability. Velus Jones, if he can get healthy, I think he's going to be a good guy that shows you some different looks. Byron Pringle, if he can get healthy, I think he can be a good player. Let's see what Equinemius St. Brown does. He's had a great camp. Hadn't done a ton in the preseason games, but you got a lot of depth there. You got options. Tight end, I like the top two guys. Cole Kmet, Ryan Griffin, this new addition, obviously going to be more of a blocker for Chicago. I was a bit surprised they cut O'Shaughnessy, but clearly they didn't see enough from him. So let's see. How about right now, tight end, BB+, wide receiver, C-C. Let's see. I got to see more from the receivers. Subscribe to the channel. We'll continue to bring you guys daily videos here on Chicago Bears Now. You can share that link below with a friend, youtube.com/BearsNow. But you're watching. Hit the red subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. We're publishing videos every single day. Josh, who do you think the Bears will or should sign? I might have a video of updated free agent targets, so keep that in mind. But look, depending on when you're watching this, if Preston Williams is still out there, I'd be interested in him. I still kind of want to see what's out there at corner, to be quite frank, because after Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, Kendall Vilder, I've got real question marks. I'm surprised Duke Shelley's still here. So, I think those are a couple of positions. Dennis Hinman, I was hoping we'd claim T.J. Vasher. Liked him out of college, and his uncle is a Bears legend. He flashed early on in camp for the Cowboys and then kind of just disappeared. So not surprised they didn't claim him. Practice squad candidate, hey, I don't know. He'll probably re-sign with the Cowboys practice squad, but I'd be interested in that. Sarge Canarani, if the Bears win first 3 games clean, shave the beard. If the Bears start 3-0, I might be willing to do that because that means they will have beaten the Niners, the Packers. I think the Texans are week 3, so a little Lovie Smith rematch. So, yeah, okay, Sarge, I'll keep that in mind. Tiff, will the Bears sign some corners? We need corners. I think you need to get it, another corner. I would like an Xavier Rhodes type, a vet who knows this system, played with Flus in Indianapolis for a couple years. Keep an eye on corner, Tiff. I don't think the Bears are necessarily done there. I think Thomas Graham could still return to this team as well. Lamar Holmes, how high do you think this offense will rank? I said the other day, if this offense is top 20, this team will probably make the playoffs because I think the defense is going to be good again. So if this offense jumps from arguably the worst in the league to 20th or so, they're going to win some games. They really are. So I'm hoping top 20. For sure, got to be top 25. Got to make a jump. And look, if you're like 23rd, that's a notable jump from 31st, 32nd. So we'll see, Lamar. Joe Welcher, are you surprised the Bears didn't grab a corner? Well, they did. They grabbed Josh Blackwell, but out of Duke, hasn't proven anything in the NFL up to this point. We'll see if he's able to do so here in Chicago. Clearly the Bears see something in him. We'll have to wait and see what that something is. Make sure you guys type Bear Down if you love the Bears. You guys know the mottos here. It's Bear Down and FGB. So flood the comments with Bear Down, emojis, text. Doesn't matter to me. Get the Bear Downs going. All right. Appreciate that. We'll get some shout-outs and then kind of circle back to some of the news that's come down here today. Let's see. I keep getting confused when I see Shaquille Leonard on Twitter. That's what Darius Leonard's going by now. DeMarquise Gates to the practice squad as well, per Brad Biggs. So looks like 6 practice squad, 7 Micah Duch right away. So I'll kind of keep tabs here. Biggs has a couple, Coop. You don't have to add it right now, but he's the guy that seems to be getting them. All right, Sarge says Bear Down. Hundeezy says Bear Down. Dennis says Bear Down. Schlicks says Bear Down. Keep them coming. Get the Bear Downs going. Sarge, we got Jesse. Malcolm Graham saying Bear Down. FGB as well. Other than Leatherwood, the other guys are a waste of time. I disagree. I think Watts will play for this team. I think Armon Watts will play. IVFL says Bear Down. Andrew says Bear Down. Obviously, we'll see about the other guys, but clearly the Bears saw something in them, so they brought him in here. Brian says Bear Down. Always Bear Down. Get it going. R&R with the super chat. More Bulls content this season. Listen, there's been chatter about a potential Bulls channel. I'm not promising anything, but I think that could happen at some point, so keep letting me guys know. If you guys want a Bulls channel, let me know, and we'll see if we end up doing that or not. Okay, let's circle back to some news here, Coop. Let's hit the 6 claims and talk a little bit about Alex Leatherwood here. And then I'll update you guys on the practice squad tracker. Here are the waiver claims so far. Alex Leatherwood, Kingsley, or not so far, these are the claims. Kingsley Jonathan, Armon Watts, Josh Blackwell, Sterling Weatherford, Trevin Wesco. The only guy I haven't looked up super closely here is Sterling Weatherford. So let's see what his deal is. Sterling Weatherford, kind of a safety linebacker hybrid out of Miami of Ohio, so Tom probably knows him a little bit. Let's see what he did. Oh, I remember this guy. Tom was telling me about him leading up to the draft. Tom Downey here at Chat Sports, he went to Miami of Ohio. So Sterling Weatherford, 4 years, pretty much a 4-year starter at University of Miami up there in the state of Ohio. Last year, 66 tackles, 2 picks, had a sack, 2 tackles for loss. He's kind of a big physical, like box safety linebacker type, so that's his deal. Kingsley Jonathan, I'll pull up his stats. Let's see what he's got here as we're kind of doing this on the fly here. We'll get to those super chats here in a second, guys. Kingsley Jonathan out of Syracuse, 5-year college player. Will Scott may know him. You guys saw him yesterday. Let's see, his last 2 years of college. Well, first of all, in college, 21.5 tackles for loss, 15 sacks, 4.5 last year. Had 20 tackles last year. I think he's a kind of a tweener interior edge guy, 6'4", 260. So we'll see what he offers to this defensive front. Practice squad, Chase Allen, Kellen Deesh, Isaiah Coulter, Nathan Peterman, Lachavious Simmons, and then the two most recent ones Brad Biggs had. Micah Treadaway, the defensive tackle who flashed in the preseason, the UDFA, and then DeMarquise Gates, the USFL star as well. I'm glad he's back on the practice squad. I thought he earned his way onto the roster bubble. Another note on Sterling Weatherford, he was teammates with Dominic Robinson at Miami of Ohio, so obviously a connection there. So we will see how that goes. Lucas Praying with the super chat. Anyone realize we're the last chance U of the NFL? I mean, this happens all over the league, guys, where guys get a fresh opportunity somewhere, especially on the back end of the 53 roster. Like, I think most teams are kind of built like this. Your hoping players 1 through 10 are like your star players. 11 through 30 are like key contributors, starters, heavy rotation guys. 31 through 40 are like, good special teams. They rotate in a decent amount. And then 41 through 53 is kind of in flux. Kicker, punter, obviously, deeper special teams guys. Then guys who are kind of on the roster bubble. That's kind of how it breaks down there. So that's not unique to the Bears. But obviously the Bears are a young team right now who are, they're not as deep with loaded talent at the top. So, yeah, there might be more shuffling at the back end of the roster. T. Will says, what do you think of us getting Cole Beasley? Be open to it, but Beasley's a good slot receiver. Had some injuries last year. I don't think he's in his prime anymore, but could he catch 50 balls for you out of the slot? I think that's possible. I've liked Bees. He was a good player in Dallas. He was really good his first year in Buffalo, not as good this past year. But, yeah, I think he's certainly worthy of being on an NFL roster if he still wants to play. Henderson, I got a drink up for this one. Bears are going to be better than everyone thinks. I think so, too. Now, does that mean they're going to go out and win 12 games? No, probably not. But a lot of people are like, yeah, they're going to go 4-13. I'm like, no, they're not. The schedule's easier. The coaching staff is competent. Your quarterback had the entire offseason getting all the reps when last year he had 0 first-team reps in the offseason. The O-line should be improved. Like, this team should, honestly, like, they should win at least 6 like they did last year. I really believe that. Mark Jennis, do you think this O-lineman could benefit us? If you're talking about Leatherwood, yeah, it's possible. I think at worst, the worst-case scenario, he's got a bad attitude, it's a disaster, and you cut him. But half glass full, I'll go worst-case scenario is he's a backup, right? You develop him, you hope he can at least, if he has to play, he can hold it down at a decent level. Right now, I've got him plugged in behind Larry Borum, but some guys are going to have to get cut. I could see Zach Thomas getting cut to make room for some of these guys because they claim 6 players, guys. 6 players got to get moved. I mean, N'Keal Harry's going to go to IR, so that's one of them, but there's 5 more. So I think Leatherwood, I'd rather play him at guard. I think he's better at guard. I don't think he has the arm length or speed to keep up at tackle in this league. All right, you guys know the motto. Type FGB in the chat. You guys know the motto. Type FGB in the chat. Cooper, are you able to set the recording at the end of that mailbag? Like, are you able to trim it back? Like, to the end of, like, the mailbag, not just this extra stuff, in case we do go to loop. Okay, I'll get some shout-outs. You do that. I'm not saying we're doing it right now, but, like, if we do loop out, I think this extra stuff is needed. CMAX says FGB. Alex says FGB. Chet says FGB. I think we're going to play a little shot clock soon as well, guys, so stay tuned. We'll see what you guys got. Other notes, we're $23 away from $100, so that's exciting. If we get to $100, we can make it happen here. Oh, the first cut is in. Kairos Tonga has been cut. Kairos Tonga cut. So Kairos Tonga cut as part of those waiver claims. A few more to go. I know a lot of you guys like Kairos Tonga, so we'll see what his future looks like. I questioned what his fit would be in this system. He's one to go. Kairos Tonga cut. You want to make an L3 of that too, Coop? It's tricky spelling, so I'll send it to you. There you go. Roley says Duke Shelley has to go. He could be one that gets cut too. He could be. What would Mr. Shelley think? I don't know, Coop. Producer Coop is referring to Duke's dad sliding in my DMs last year. So, $23 away from $100. If you guys want to keep that going. Someone says Tajay Sharp is next. Maybe. Maybe. Sharp could get cut. It's possible. I like Tajay Sharp, but I could see him getting cut. Kairos Tonga, the first to go for Chicago. So that means Mike Pinnell probably still going to be here. They probably just like the scheme fit better with him. Shelley's too little. Yeah, I'm surprised Shelley's still here. But I'd rather have him than Jalen Jones, I think. But who knows. F. Matt Nagy in the chat. Brian says FGB. So Kairos Tonga cut. I'm glad Treadway was brought back. I agree. I'm glad to see him back. Stop hating. I'm not hating on Duke. He's done some good things here. We just kind of know what he is. He can't play outside corner. He's a nickel. Kyler Gordon's going to play nickel. Like, a decent special teams guy. You know, but I just think it is what it is. I like Tonga, man. I did too. I think he's more of a 3-4 nose guy, though, to be honest. And a 4-3, I did wonder about his fit, and Bears had some questions too, it appears. Grade the Bears' offensive line, A, B, C, D, or F. Let's hear it. Then let's show the Super Chat stuff, Coop, and then we're going to play a little shot clock after that. A, B, C, D, or F. Someone says, I think Leatherwood is a great signing. Duke and Kendall. Builder will shock it. I think Builder's going to play well. I think he's got a chance to play well this year. Rob says B-. Rihanna says B-, C for now. I said C+. I think C, C to B is the range, hopefully, is what you're hoping for. If it's less than that, you'd be disappointed. All right, here's the deal. Here's our Super Chat menu. All Super Chats get a shout-out. $5, we beers cheers. $20, we take shots of Fireball. $100, we're going to rip the beer bong. So here's the situation. Just like yesterday, it's a busy day. We're occupying studio space, so we got to play a shot clock. We'll start at 2 minutes like we did yesterday. I'm gonna press this shot clock button, and if 2 minutes come and go and we don't get a Super Chat, we got to sign off. We got to send this on loop and free up this studio. So here's the deal. Type bear down in the comments. Get the bear downs flowing, and I'm going to start the shot clock. If we get a Super Chat, we reset the shot clock. If not, we're going to go. It's all good. No worries. All donations are greatly appreciated. They really help us grow the show. They help the company grow. They go a long way. So 15 seconds gone. In the meantime, I will give some shout-outs here on Chicago Bears Now. Brian says bear down. Malik says bear down. Sean says bear down. Someone's asking, what do you do with the money you get? We're able to add more studios. We're actually adding 3 more. Hire new employees. I get more, production help here on Bears Now. Like, you guys have probably noticed, I've been doing 2 videos a day a lot of the time. That's because we're making good money on this channel. And if you guys donate and we make more, then we're able to do those type of things. The bigger channels, they get more resources, and Bears has become one of those. But, you always want more, right? So, obviously, I never expect anyone to Super Chat, but just know that the donations, they go somewhere. It's not like we just throw them in a sack. Reset the shot clock. Got a couple of Super Chats. We'll keep playing the game. Drink, bear down. Technically, I don't drink for 2, but since it's the first shot, I will drink for 5, though, Alex. We're now $16 away from $100 in Super Chats. There's another Super Chat. Oh, this is a good point. Throw the call in L3 up for this next one. Got a super chat from Kyle. Kyle asks, when are you doing the next call-in? Tomorrow is the plan, either 3 or 5, between 3 and 5 o'clock Central Time. I'll have another video go out, and I'll announce the time. I'll tweet it out and everything, too, so you guys will be good to go. Tomorrow at 3, 4, or 5 o'clock Central Time. Be on the lookout, chatsports.com/BearsCallin. That is chatsports.com/BearsCallin. Download the Callin app. If you don't know what Callin is, it's an audio social podcasting app similar to Twitter Spaces. I take your calls. We chop up some Bears football. All right, Kyle with the 20-piece. Let's good. That's a shot, and we crossed $100. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate it, Kyle. Cheers, my friend. Ask a question next time, Kyle. I appreciate the donation, though. Jeezer Corinne with the $5, so I got to take a sip for that. And for Henderson. What's your bad? I'm not sure why you're saying my bad. Did I miss something? Not sure. Jacoby says, bear down, FGB. Cheers. Appreciate that. And then we're caught up, so there you go. $121 in Super Chats. Let me refresh my Twitter. Make sure there's nothing new coming in here. Nothing updated yet, so I think it's time to play again, Coop. Let's go FGB this time. Get the FGBs going. I'll get some shout-outs, and then we got to start the shot clock again. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go. If we don't get a super chat, then we'll sign off here. So type FGB. Again, if you're just joining us, someone's debating the quality of this content. Colby defending me. What is D saying? Who is D? What did D say? Am I missing something? Is it a D's nuts joke? 30 seconds gone. I'll get some FGB shout-outs, and we'll continue to circle back to the news as well. Alex says, where's my sip? I thought I took it here. Restart the clock, and we're taking shots.
Let's go, Kyle.
Kyle. And by the way, oh, there's another 10. Here's the deal, too. We'll work in, here's the deal. Every time we get, keep sending in hashtag Bears for questions. When we get $20 super chats or more, we'll work in a couple of those too. We'll honor the guys who can't super chat. We'll get those in. So since we got a 20 piece here, we'll hit this one. We'll hit the other 2 super chats. And then how about this? For every $20 super chat, we'll hit 3 hashtag Bears questions. Is that fair? So hashtag Bears or super chat. That way we're not going right back to the shot clock because I get how that can be a little unfair. So if you're sending in 20s, we'll get to some other hashtag Bears questions as well, and we'll hang out. Kyle says, do you think Leatherwood will regress like he did for Vegas? Another shot, hashtag another shot. Another shot for Leatherwood and another shot for me. I think, and producer Coop just told me if we get to $200, he's coming up and taking a shot. 47 away. Kyle, I think, you know, he can't regress much more, right? Like, he's already been pretty bad. So you're not really expecting him to be a stud like many thought he'd be out of college, but can he be serviceable? Can he be solid? Could he be like a fringe starter type? I think that'd be a huge success. So, yeah, I don't think he'll get any worse per se, Kyle, but we'll see. You never know. Darian with a 10, so that's a couple of swigs here. Any chance we extend Roquan and sign another linebacker? Well, they brought in, who was the linebacker? Sterling Weatherford. They brought him in. Oh, another 20. We'll get to that in a second. They could sign another backer, but they've got a lot of linebackers right now. I'm guessing Caleb Johnson, Jack Sanborn, or Joe Thomas is going to get cut here to make room for Sterling Weatherford. So we will see. Oh, the Eagles are trading Jalen Reagor to the Vikings. Jalen Reagor to Minnesota. Was your guy right, Coop? Producer Coop had a scoop that Jalen Reagor would get traded to one of 3 teams. The Vikings, who were the other 2? I won't reveal your scoop. You're good. It was the Vikings. I think the Broncos were one of them. Vikings, Broncos, and someone else. So type Coop in the chat. Type Coop. Coop scoop. Coop had it. Minnesota it is. Who? Baltimore is the other one. Darian, couple swigs for you. Appreciate the question. O-Rod the Mod will go next here. Just got Duke Shelley cut. Duke Shelley cut. We knew about Kairos Tonga, but Duke Shelley cut. So another one bites the dust. All right, let's go to the next super chat, Coop. O-Rod the Mod. Keep it going, Harrison. You did FB. It's FGB. Infield, we trust. FGB. Well, apparently FBG is like a gang in Chicago, so big distinction. FGB. FGB's the motto. Alex says, what's your favorite Texas barbecue? Like restaurant or like type? Like, are you asking like if I like brisket or pork? Coop, you can get in on this too. You're a big food connoisseur.
The restaurant, for me, has got to be Hutchins Barbecue up there in McKinney. That mac and cheese, man.
Their sides
cannot
beat
it.
I'll say this about Hutchins. So that's a local spot, kind of in the suburbs here, just outside of Dallas. They've got the best sides. I think there's better meat options. Like I would probably say that what's the one that everyone talks about in Deep Ellum? Pecan Lodge. I think their meat's a bit better than Hutchins, but it's close. There's a couple other ones. Terry Black's has good meat, but sides, Hutchins is the best. My go-to, really good ribs or pulled pork. Those are my two favorite. If it's brisket, it's got to be perfect, because if it's slightly dry, it might as well be hard as a rock. So that's kind of my 2 cents on the Texas barbecue. But we do have to take a shot. So shout out to Alex for sending in a 20-piece. And Coop, let's find 6, because we got two $20 ones. So 6 hashtag Bears questions. So use hashtag Bears or Super Chat. Get your questions in, and we'll answer a few of them. Will the Bears win the NFC North? I'll be objective. Probably not. Is it impossible? No. But right now, if you asked me, if you're like, hey, you got to answer honestly, no. I don't think they will. I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't think so. Sir Dobbs, Cole Beasley to a 1-year deal to the Bears. Underrated. Could help here. Open to it. Talked about him a little bit earlier. Good slot. I think the problem is I think this offense prefers receivers who can move around. You're not going to line Beasley up on the outside, so he's got limitations there. But he's a good slot, that's for sure, in his case. Travis, hashtag Bears, have you heard any news about Lucas Patrick and when he might get back? He was still in a cast before the Browns game. It's going to be right near the buzzer. Like, we'll see if he's able to practice and play against the Niners in week 1. 50-50. I think he'll be back by week 2 at the latest, but we'll see. That's kind of the latest there. We haven't heard an update. Hopefully Ryan Poles will provide one tomorrow. Daniel Armstrong says, do the Bears sign Kellen Mond and send Fields to the practice squad? Come on, Daniel.
Got to be a closet Vikes fan.
Fraudulent question. Kellen Mond blows. Did he get claimed? I think a team claimed him. Let me see here. Kellen Mond. Yes, the Browns claimed him, remember? The Brownies. Jason says, why not Josh Gordon? I'll be honest, as someone who watches the Chiefs a decent amount, he just didn't do much, guys. Last season didn't do anything. This year in camp didn't do anything. He was like wide receiver 8. I'm not opposed, but I don't think there's that much interest, honestly. Daniel, does Leatherwood play right tackle, left tackle, or swing? I hope he plays guard. I think he's going to be better at guard, but he could be just a versatile backup that plays tackle and guard, so we'll have to wait and see. A.K.A. Chicago, yeah, we just mentioned this. Jalen Reagor to the Vikings. Jalen Reagor to the Vikings, so we'll see him twice this year, it looks like. Eagles are getting back a conditional 5th that could become a 4th and a 7th, so not bad for the Eagles, honestly. I thought it would just be 1 pick, and they're getting 2, so there he goes. Jalen Reagor. Nasimba Webster back to the practice squad as well. So I'm going to give you let's work on those that next grouping, Coop. It's Brad Biggs should have the last 3. It would be Nasimba Webster, DeMarquise Gates, and Micah Treadway. I'll just send you this one, and you can work on those. All right. Super Chat menu, it's about time to play Shot Clock again. So if you want us to keep going, send in some Super Chats. If not, we will go on loop here. $1 Super Chat equals a shout-out. $5 will Beers cheers you. $20 is a shot of Fireball. For $100, oh, I still owe this shot. $100, we got the beer bong. You want to show the $100 club real quick, Coop? We've got a $100 Super Chat club that was started during the first preseason game. Joel O'Connell has brought the heat. He's got 12 of them this year. Matt Hepler is sent in 4. Sealand is sent in 6. Greg Monahan is sent in 2. And then Craig, Mike, James, Riley, Paul, and Brandon have all sent in 1. That's the $100 Super Chat club this year. We're going to keep it going all season long. All right, get the bear downs flowing in the comments. And I'm going to start the shot clock. 2 minutes. If we don't get a Super Chat in the next 2 minutes, we got to call it quits. Clear out the studio so other videos can be filmed because we have a lot of channels here at Chat Sports. I mean, the Jalen Reagor trade is going to have to be filmed somewhere. So hopefully not this studio. I want to stay live. But up to you guys here. Boss is telling me we got to play shot clock. So 20 seconds gone. I'll get some shout-outs here on Bear Down. And remember, $20 Super Chats. Buy yourself more time because we'll answer 3 #Bears questions to keep that going as well. Also, we're $25 away from $200 in supers. Producer Coop will take a shot once we get to $200. Malcolm says bear down. Kenyon saying FGB. Let's see. Bear down saying bear down. There you go. John Peterson says bear down. Let's see. Schlick says bear down. Get the bear downs going. Alex says bear down. Julian says bear down. Johnny in the chat as well. 1 minute gone. 1 minute gone. If we don't get a Super Chat, reset the clock, because right as I said that, we got a Super Chat. It is Darian Vanderkrot, and then we will show you guys the updated practice squad here. There it is, $100 Super Chat. Oh. I got this. I'm going Murbanga. You want to hang out, get me a beer though and hang out? All right, Chugs is going to get me one. Kyle Slusher, add him to the club. We got to start a new listicle, Coop. We got to start a new listicle. Hit it and rip it, FGB. I think so. Here, start it as a list 5. Get his photo and name it there, and then this could be you with Bears logos as the other ones. Hit it and rip it. We're going to load it up. Jeremy Chuggs, who you guys saw in the last preseason game, he's going to come in here, and I'm going to rip one here. Let's get to Darian's as well. And since he's sent in 100, I think that's 7 or 8 #Bears. We'll answer some questions. We'll keep it going here. Jeremy Chuggs bringing the heat. Oh, he's invisible. He's rocking a green shirt. Look at this. You can read the questions still. Oh, it's kind of working. Yeah. All right, I didn't read that last soup, so get that back on. I didn't even read it. I owe my guy Darian here. I got a drink for him too. If Velus Jones was utilized how Debo is, how good could he be? I don't think he'll be as good as Debo, but I think they will use him in that way. Sometimes in the backfield, jet sweeps, kind of scheme him open. So I do think he could be Debo light. All right, Coop's taking a shot. And by the way, all of a sudden, $20 away from 300. $20 away from 300. Every $200 in Super Chats is a bonus shot, so at 400, we'll take another one. Oh, I poured it into I guess I'm drinking one too.
Yes, you are.
There we go. It's my when you pour in your own
down, baby.
when you pour in your own glass, you just you got to take it. So, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, I'm gonna challenge myself. I'll pour it. I'm gonna see how fast I can chug this.
I don't know how this contraption works.
I know how it works. I can solo this one.
All right.
So Coop's gonna get set up over there. Type FGB to motivate your boy here. Get the FGBs going. Then we'll answer some #Bears questions since we got a $100 Super Chat. And oh shit. Holy. There we go. Yeah, go give me a couple paper towels. I almost pulled a foamy mat. Type foamy mat in the chat. Oh my goodness. Get the papes first. Let this unfoam. Get the FGBs going. I'll type FGB. Little spillage. We're okay. Laptop is fine. Nowhere near the laptop. All right, let's see here. So, yeah, Jalen Reagor to the Vikings, if you guys missed that news. Get the FGBs going. Let's go. Come on. Type FGB. I'll get some shout-outs here. Red O'Fire says FGB. Foamy Matt's in the chat. Foamy Harrison from Kyle. I love it. Foamy Harrison. I deserve it. We're good. A little wipe down, no problem. All right. Coop, you want to time me? I usually don't challenge myself. I'm not a great chugger. I got it. But we're going to try here. I've never been great at chugging.
Everyone type LFG in the chat. Let's go. Come on.
Type LFG, type FGB. Here we go. Type chug as well. Let's go. All right. Looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, not my forte, but I do it for Bears fans. Let's go.
Let's go, Harry. Oh, yeah. And done. 10.8.
That's not bad for me.
Not bad at all.
Now, we have people who can do beer boots in less than that, and that's 3 beers. This is 1. Never been a great chugger, but you know what? It was clean. No spillage. No additional seconds added, so we're good. We're good. Remember, hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. And, oh, Zach Thomas cut too. I'm going to send you this, Coop. You could just make it either as a listicle or a social. No rush, though. We're going to take some questions here. A couple minutes of hashtag Bears since we got a $100 Super Chat sent. Keep the FGBs going. Brianna says FGB. Michael says FGB. Andre, chug, chug, chug. Did my best. Get the FGBs going. Let's go. JoJo says FGB. Nick said, I said yesterday to sign Alex Leatherwood. Hey, Nick, we got you, bro. They got him. We got him. Edwin says FGB. FDB for F. Don Burr. Way too many penalties he commits. Yeah, he commits a lot of penalties. He does. He's got to clean that up. Got to clean that up. Knew what? Well, we didn't know the third one. Who's the third one on there? Yeah, we didn't know about him. Zach Thomas has also been cut. I thought that could happen with Leatherwood on board. He's the third cut. So the 3 players who have been cut now, Kyrus Tonga, the defensive tackle, Zach Thomas, and Duke Shelley. So 3 more moves have to come. I think N'Keal Harry to IR is going to be one of those. So maybe 2 more cuts, and then we're good. Guys that it could be. Jalen Jones. I think he could be a prime cut candidate here. Would you cut Tajay Sharp? You know, I'd like to keep him, but we'll see. I think a linebacker, actually. Caleb Johnson, Jack Sanborn, Joe Thomas. I could see one of those guys getting cut. I'd like to see Sanborn stay. I think he's worthwhile. But picking up a 7th linebacker, you don't need 7 backers. 6 is already heavy, so keep that in mind as well. Say that? Linebacker, I don't know. He transferred to Sam Houston State. That might be him. Texas legend, Caleb Johnson. All right. Someone says, I will revolt if Sanborn is cut. All right, Coop, while you're doing that, can we work in some hashtag Bears, and I'll buy you time for each question. There's plenty coming in. Hashtag Bears, Super Chat. We'll play shot clock again in a minute, but with that $100 Super Chat coming in, you guys have bought yourself some time. So I appreciate that. And shout out to Kyle. We're going to add you to the $100 Super Chat Club. Hit it and rip it. We got you, brother. Appreciate you for sending in a Hyundai piece. That's fantastic. And like I said, super chats of all amounts. They help us grow. Like it doesn't just, it's not like I go put it in my pocket and I get to go, eat steak dinners every night. That's not how this works. So it's all for Bears fans. It's all for growing this channel, growing this company. That's how we do it. All right, Dwayne Rouse, why does ESPN hate the Bears so much? I try to be fair with the national media because, they're covering 32 teams, not just one team. Like we're covering the Bears very closely here day to day. They're not doing that. But they are a little flip-floppy with the Bears. I mean, before the final preseason game, Justin Fields is screwed. He's got no chance. Then after that game, Keyshawn Johnson, he looks like Patrick Mahomes. I think what I would say, if you're a fan of a team, and obviously you guys are Bears fans, listen to me, listen to other guys who cover the team closely, Adam Hogue, Adam Johns, those are guys I trust. I like Brad Biggs. They're covering the team day to day, just like I am. They do a great job. So, follow those local reporters because they've got the up-to-date information. So that is what I would say on that. Aaron Wilson with the tweet here of the updated cuts: Duke Shelley, Zach Thomas, Kyrus Tonga. So a couple more to come. I do wonder, could another player go to short-term IR? Like, we haven't heard from Byron Pringle in a while. Are we sure he's going to play week 1? I hope so. But if he's going to miss a couple games, you could short-term IR him and bring him back week 5. I would prefer not to do that. But Tajay Sharp, we don't know how severe his injury is, so we'll see. We're pretty confident N'Keal Harry is going to go to IR, but we don't know about the other guys that have been banged up. So we'll see. But so far, Duke Shelley, Zach Thomas, Kyrus Tonga have been cut as 6 players were claimed. All right, a few more hashtag Bears here. Chet says, why don't the Bears trade for a top-rated linebacker? That's important. Too important of a position for this type of scheme. I mean, I don't think you need to trade for a linebacker. You've got a superstar in Roquan Smith. Nick Morrow, I think, is serviceable as a starter next to him. Yeah, I'd like to have a better third backer than what you have. Matt Adams, Joe Thomas, But I wouldn't trade for a linebacker unless it's like for a 7th-round pick or something like that. I don't think that's needed. Edward Padilla, does the team have more upside after the waiver signings? I mean, potentially, right? Like, you don't claim these players unless you think they're better players than some of the other guys you currently have. So the Bears think so. I think Armon Watts is going to play for this team. I think Leatherwood has some upside. Needs some time to develop. I don't think he'll start, especially not right away. But we'll see on him. And, yeah, you don't claim 6 players unless you think they can contribute. So I think there probably is a little more upside, Edward. Dwayne Rouse, what's up with the Montgomery news? What am I missing? Will someone fill me in on David Montgomery? I'm looking him up on Twitter here. I don't see. Someone tweeted out David Montgomery is the lone player left from the 2019 draft class. Am I missing something with Monty? Help me out. If I am, Dwayne, explain in the comments. I'm reading you here. By the way, Dieter Eiselin to the practice squad. There's another one. I'll send you this coop so you have it. So I think 9 practice squad members now. I like bringing Eiselin back as a depth center. Someone says Monty isn't the fit for the system like Herbert. That's not news, though. I'm not seeing any Montgomery news, Dwayne. So without further information, I can't comment. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So they said Monty not doing so well with the new system. Okay. I mean, yeah, we'll find out, right? We'll see. I don't think that's news. Okay, here's the super chat. Maybe rumor. This would be in the rumors category. Elvis with some clarification here. He says, rumors that new regime thinks Monty doesn't fit in the system. I mean, look, we all know what this year is for David Montgomery. It's a prove-it year. If he plays at a high level, good chance he'll get a contract in return. If not, he'll be a free agent. He'll be elsewhere. So we'll see if he fits the scheme or not. We saw him in limited action in the final preseason game. Had a long run. It was called back due to a penalty. But it was good to see him out there. Let's see. I'm going to hold judgment, and let's at least get through a couple of games. But cheers. That drink is done. Crack open another one. Welkie with the super chat. And then we'll do about 3 or 4 more hashtag Bears, and then we'll start shot clock again. How's Chat Sports not sponsored by? Hey, listen, man, we're open for business. Any beer companies watching, let us know. I'd love to have a beer sponsor here. Appreciate the support, Welky. All right, Jaron Thomas, shout out to Harrison Graham for pronouncing my first name right on the first try. Hey, Jaron, I got you, brother. I'm not always the best at pronunciations, but, I didn't think it would be Garen. I think Jaron, I've heard that name before just with the J. So I was like, okay, it's probably Jaron. So I got you. Appreciate you. Let's go to Jesse here. Is Bethel still available? What's his first name again? I know who you're talking about. Justin Bethel. So Justin Bethel, who has been an All-Pro before. I don't know. Justin Bethel. Let's see if he's available. I'm not sure. Give me a sec, guys. Looks like he's still with the Patriots. That's what I'm seeing here. I think he's with the Patriots, so. No, he got released. Yeah. He's gone. So, yeah, I guess he is available. So, he's intriguing. He's done some good things in this league. Not as much in recent years, though. Broski Bear, and then we'll do one more. Then we'll go back to some shot clock. We'll show you guys the updated Super Chat Club. If Eddie Jackson continues lethargic play, could he be benched and who would replace him? Well, let me say this, Broski. I think with this new regime, he's done everything they've asked. So, for me, I'm letting, it's a clean slate for Eddie Jackson. Now, obviously, if a couple games go by and we see more of the same of what we saw the last couple of years, yeah, I mean, he'd be on the hot seat. But we've said all along, they can cut him after this year with not a huge dead cap penalty. So he's got to play well this year. I mean, obviously you have DeAndre Houston Carson who could step in, but Eddie Jackson, talent-wise, is much better than any backup that the Bears have. So I expect him to start all year. All right, Notorious here. You get the last one. What about getting another Jaguars forgotten receiver a la Allen Robinson with Laquan Treadwell? I don't think Treadwell was claimed. Let me check real quick. Don't think he was claimed, so. I mean, he just hasn't done much. I liked him coming out of Ole Miss, but he just hadn't done much in the NFL. All right, let's flash the Super Chat menu in the 100 Club, and then we'll start the clock again here, Coop. Here's the Super Chat menu. So here's the deal. All Super Chats get on the show. $5, we're drinking sips of beer. $20, we got plenty of Fireball left. I'd love to kill this bottle. And then $100, we got the beer bong. I've already done one. And the benefit of doing a $100 Super Chat Club, or a $100 Super Chat, is you join the club that we're keeping track of all season long. Joel O'Connell, he's done 12 of them. Sealand, 6. Matt, 4. Greg has sent in 2. Craig, Mike, James, Riley, Paul Dow, Brandon, they've all sent in one as well, as has Kyle Slusher, who sent one in today. You could be next. You could join the $100 Super Chat Club. We are keeping tabs all season long, who sends in the most, so let's make it happen. And if you want to be next, send in $100. And if you send in $100, buys you a lot of time before the next shot clock begins as well. Plus, every $200 we get total as a bonus shot. We're at $287, so if we get to $400, we'll be taking a shot. Ooh, let's do a like driver real quick. Before we start the shot clock, we're less than 70 likes away from 600 likes. Every 300 likes is a bonus shot. So like the video if you love the Chicago Bears. Hit that thumbs up icon and like the video if you love the Chicago Bears. If we get to 600 likes here, I'll take a shot. I'll take another shot if we get to 600 likes. And then we got to play shot clock. Another thing, too, $20 Super Chats. Every $20 is 3 hashtag Bears questions, so it buys you more time. I answer more questions for those who can't Super Chat and before the next shot clock, so it buys you more time. If you're just joining us, shot clock, basically 2-minute timer, and if we don't get a Super Chat in that time, we gotta shut down the show because we have other videos that have to be filmed here at Chat Sports. Believe it or not, it's not a two-man company. It's not just me and Coop. We got over 20 different YouTube channels, cover a lot of the NFL teams, so I got to clear out for some other shows. But if we get Super Chats, we will stay live. Someone says we need Harrison to do this with special brownies. Hey, man, listen, I'm I won't close that door. I won't close that door. 22 likes away from 600. Come on. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. If we get there, we'll take the shot now. If not, we'll have to do it after the next shot clock. So 10, 9, like the video, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're at 587 likes. If we get to 600, I'm taking a shot. Let's see. Let's see. We got 594. Fax machine coming through. There it is. 601. So we're taking a shot, and then we'll start the shot clock momentarily. Appreciate you guys for liking the video. Get some more Bears fans in here. All right. So here we go. You know how this works. 2-minute shot clock starts now. Spam Bear down in the comments. I'll get some shout-outs. If we don't get a super chat in the next 2 minutes, finito, we're done. We're signing off. And maybe another video later because some cuts are happening and whatnot. But we'd be done for our live show, at least for now. So there you go. By the way, here's a note on Sterling Weatherford. Second in the preseason with 18 tackles among the NFL players. So, okay. Good tackler, at least. Charles says bear down. 30 seconds gone. Minute and a half left. Got to get a super chat, otherwise we're done. Tonga is gone. Yeah, he got cut. Old Kyrus got cut. We got Sean, Lawrence, Manuel, Edward, Brian, Kit, Brianna, Quantum, Funk Bringer, Toxic, Baylor says bear down. Daryl says bear down. So does Rod. Chris saying bear down. Ronnie, Chris. 1 minute gone. 1 minute gone. 1 minute to go. If we don't get a super chat, we're going to call it a day here. Miguel says FGB. Alan saying bear down. Ronnie says bear down. If the clock expires, no more live show. We got to call it quits here. Jock says bear down. Christian says bear down. Kevin says bear down. Jock. Minute 25, 35 seconds left. We're cutting it close. Alan says FGB. O'Geezer says bear down. Daryl, we got Big Homie, Toxic, Hundeezy, Ellis Campbell. We're coming down to the wire. Big Homie, 20 seconds left. Will we get a super chat, or does today's show come to an end? Clock is ticking. 15 seconds left. Toxic says FGB. Malcolm Grand says bear down. Joe says bear down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll wait a couple seconds to see if any come in. Are we done? Are we done, Coop? I guess we're done. No super chats came in. Sky Winter says FGB and bear down. I get a couple shout outs here. There's a timeout on the field. Nah, time's expired. I think we're done here. Spirit says bear down. Hamfield says FGB. I'm giving you guys bonus time, but someone says pick up Philip Lindsay. Okay, we did get a 5, so here's what we do. We did this yesterday. If it comes in after the buzzer, the next shot clock gets lowered. So now we're down to 90 seconds. That's a fair compromise. 90 seconds moving forward. Edward asks, how much to donate to your show to shave down your beard to, what are mutton chops? Do you know what those are, Coop? Let me see. I'm looking this up. Oh, it's basically just lamb chops. Gosh. It'd have to be a lot. This is a bad look. It's a bad look. Bad look. All right, Edward. You kept us alive for now, but we're right back at it. We'll go FGB this time, Coop. 90-second shot clock. If your guys are late, it drops to a minute. So, if you want more leeway, 90-second shot clock. Here you go. Starting now. Get the FGBs flowing. We're also $8 away from 300. Let's at least get to 300, am I right? Minute and a half, 90 seconds. Shot clock starts now. Let's go, Chops. Bear down. Man, it's an ugly look. I'll tell you what. It's not good. Mutton, look it up. It's bad. Mutton Chops beard is what I Googled. Bad look. Reset the clock. We just got a super chat. 2 super chats from Robert and William. It's so bad. Schlicks, Craig, Christian all saying FGB. Appreciate that. Clock reset here. Robert says, how much for a fireball bong? Like a full bong of fireball would kill me. I mean, I think or not kill me, but might put me, I mean, no. Now, how about this? If someone sends in a $300 super chat, that gets you on the $100 super chat club times 3. I'll do a beer bong with 3 shots of fireball in it. $300 super chat. I'll do that. I can't do a full bong of fireball, though. That's my price, $300. William says, oh, this is a super sticker, $5, so I got a drink for that. And then we got one from OGeezer, 2 sips here. Is it OGeezer? Let me know. Let me know here. We'll see. All right. Well, no $20 super chats. Remember, $20 buys you 3 hashtag Bears questions. So we got to start the shot clock again. Going back to bear down. Type bear down in the comments. Get it flowing. 90 seconds. You lost 30 because we were late on the 2-minute shot clock. So we're at 90 seconds now. No super chats. We're done. If one comes in a little late, we'll count it, but then it gets lowered to a minute. That's how it works. So we have crossed $300 though. If we get to 400, that's a bonus shot from both me and Coop. Every 200, 2 bonus shots from me and Coop. Chris has 1 away. Reset the clock. Caden Turner, buckle up, Coop. Get comfortable. Mavs can wait. Unfortunately. Okay, flippy fish. Caden Turner with the 5-piece. Cheers. Will you do next year's free agent targets? Not many big names. I might do that as a video at some point. I mean, for sure when we get closer, I will, but we'll see. We'll see. Focusing on this year right now, but that could be a video at some point as well. How about before we do shot clock again, let's just rehash the news. We'll do that every 2 or 3 shot clocks or so because people are coming in. They're seeing news. Let's talk about the practice squad. These are the updated practice squad additions. Chase Allen, Kellen Deesh, who I actually really like, Isaiah Coulter, Nathan Peterman, Lachavious Simmons, Simba Webster, Micah Treadaway, DeMarquise Gates, and Dieter Eiselin. 9 players. We'll see. So Kyrus Tonga got cut. I think they'd like to bring him back if he clears waivers. So we'll see. Duke Shelley got cut. Zach Thomas, I think for sure, will return to the practice squad if a team doesn't claim him, so keep an eye on that. We'll see about Tonga and Shelley. These are the guys the Bears picked up off waivers. Alex Leatherwood, Armon Watts, Josh Blackwell, Kingsley Jonathan, Sterling Weatherford, and Trevin Wesco. And these are the cuts so far. Aaron Wilson having the news. Duke Shelley, Zach Thomas, and Kyrus Tonga. There's a 20-piece, so no shot clock for a little bit. No shot clock for a little bit. Robert Wagner buying you guys some time. He says this. Jenkins back to tackle, Leatherwood to guard. I don't think so. They got to stop moving Tevin Jenkins. It's unfair to him. He's looked good at guard. Just keep him there. Keep him at guard. Take your time with Leatherwood. Let's see if they like him at tackle or guard better. They got to stop moving guys around that much. You got to be willing to adapt, and Jenkins has, but I think to move him back to tackle would just be too much at this point. So that's my thought on that. Kenyon, so 3 hashtag Bears questions. Kenyon gets the first one. We need at least one more good receiver. Yeah, I mean, look, I like Emmanuel Sanders. I wonder if there's injury concerns there. Will Fuller, we know there's injury history there. Preston Williams is available now. Didn't get claimed after the Dolphins cut him. I'd have some interest, but I think there's some interesting pieces on this roster. I think Sharp and Pettis could contribute. I'm intrigued to see how they use Velus Jones. So there's some guys. We'll see. 2 more hashtag Bears, and then we got another super chat we'll get to. Nano says, how long will it take for Leatherwood to understand Getsy's offense? I mean, a week or 2. It'll take a couple weeks, but you don't need him to start right away. Let me take this shot for 20. But, yeah, it'll take some time, but that's okay. Take your time with them. Like, you claimed them and took on $5.9 million. Like, give the kid some time. Give yourself some time. You don't need them to start right away. Couple weeks, Nano. BC says, you get the final hashtag Bears here for that $20 super chat. Remember during OTAs, Harrison said he didn't think Eberflus like Larry Borum. Now Borum is starting. I don't think I said Eberflus specifically. There was a report out there that they didn't like Borum, but hey, Borum's proved him. Maybe Borum proved him wrong, or maybe the information was bad. And by the way, Eberflus doesn't have hardly any say on who the offensive line starting combination. Like, sure, he can say start these guys. He's the head coach, but the offensive coordinator and the offensive line coach, Luke Getsy, and Chris Morgan, they have way more control on who the best linemen are, and Borum's impressed them. So, good for Larry Borum. There you go. Super chat, Christian translates to $1 American. Bear down from Mexico. How good is Watts? 5 sacks last year as an interior pass rusher. I like the pickup. I think he'll, at minimum, be in the rotation here. Might even start next to Justin Jones. We'll see. You got Angelo Blackson in the mix. You cut Kairos Tonga, so he's gone. But, yeah, I think it's a nice little pick. All right, we'll mix it up here. Shout out your city. Let's do shout out your city. I like that one. Shout out your city. Let us know where you're watching from. 90-second shot clock here. So, okay, we got more. Let me verbalize this real quick before we get to the shot clock. More practice squad signings. Coop, I'm sending you this. We got, we already knew about Nathan Peterman. Darrington Evans, Thomas Graham Jr., Sam Kamara, the new additions. So 3 new additions for the Bears. That brings them up to 12 now. We'll probably do a practice squad video later on in the day because they've got a lot of signings already. Darrington Evans, Thomas Graham Jr., Sam Kamara, the most recent ones. So keep that in mind. New practice squad additions. I think that gets the Bears up to 12. 12 practice squad players. So Coop's going to get on that. Shout out your city. I'll get some shout outs here. Then we'll play shot clock in a minute. Columbia from G the QB, Houston from Mop, Hamfield's in Minneapolis, Patty's in Chicago, Tyler's in Alton, Illinois. We got Jake in Arlington Heights, Joey in Mattoon. We got Christian in Monterrey, Mexico. What's up, Christian? Appreciate you tuning in internationally. Brian says Phoenix. We got Graham in Peoria. We got Orlando, Florida in the chat from Jimmy. Larry is in Killeen. We got Kenyon in Atlanta. Rob in Bristol. Let's go. We got Vegas from Chet, but he's from Chicago. That's what's up. Shiloh, Illinois from Joe. Salinas, California from Malkin. Manuel says, I'll send you my resume. Feel free at HGramNFL, Twitter and Instagram. Fort Wayne, Indiana is where Dennis is. Sway is in Macomb, Illinois. And then Christian is in Honolulu, Hawaii. All right, we're going to play shot clock one more time. And then Caleb Johnson just got waived as well, so there's a 4th cut. All right, one more game of shot clock, and then I am told we may have to clear out the studios, but we'll go one more time here. We'll go 1 minute, okay? 1 minute of shot clock. Here we go. Here we go, 1 minute. If we don't get any super chats, we're wrapping up. No loop. We're just going to sign off. 1 minute here. If we don't get any supers, cool. We'll sign off. If we do, answer a few more questions, then we'll sign off as well. So, final round of shot clock here. Someone says, how much for Harrison to chug from the Fireball bottle? If someone sends in a $50 super chat, I'll chug from this for 5 full seconds. $50 super chat, I'll do that. But over 30 seconds are gone, so we're wrapping up soon. Over 30 seconds gone. Let's go. Did the Bears sign any receivers? No, they didn't claim any. Didn't claim any. 15 seconds left. Final chance to send in a super chat. Otherwise, we're calling it a day here at Bears Now. We got Mark in North Manchester. Larry saying FGB. 10, 9. Oh! A $50 super chat. I said it. I got to do it. Coop, you're timing this. Kyle with the 50 piece. We're also $20 away from 400. If we get that, that's 2 bonus shots. That'd be a perfect way to end this stream. Let's get $20 more. 5 full seconds. Oh, two $50 super chats. Oh, my goodness. Robert Wagner. Wow. Kyle and Robert. I'm doing this once for 5 seconds, and then I'll do a Murbanga. That'll be my compromise. I can't do this twice. So you time me. Count me down. Be legit. Don't sandbag me. All right. Here we go. Oh, I got to take this off. Little stopper. Okay. 5 seconds of fireball chugging. Here we go. As soon as it tilts, you go. That was tough. That was tough. I'll be honest. I'll do a Murbanga. Coop will come take a shot. Then we're signing off. No Moss. Don't send any more super chats. Appreciate all the donations. We actually do have to clear up the studio. So, Coop, go give me a warm beer. I'll do a Murbanga. Then we're done. Type FGB. I'll get some shout outs. I'm going to pour Coop's shot here. It's actually 2 shots, so I got to take one too. Final moments here at Bears Now. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll probably do another video because the practice squad's coming in pretty good here. So make sure you guys subscribe. We'll have more coverage later today. Probably a practice squad type of video. So over $400 today. You guys are awesome. $1,200 yesterday. So 2 great streams in a row. Appreciate you guys. So Coop, let's take these first.
Let's go, baby.
Cheers. Bear down, baby. And then we're going to wrap up with this. Hopefully I don't go foamy Matt this time. All right, I just poured it fast that time. Left no doubt. You should never leave doubt. Don't take your foot off the gas in the 4th quarter. I'm going to do the... It worked last year, didn't it? The chugs trick. All right. Mentally preparing myself. One more chug, then we're done. We'll have a practice squad video later, so stay tuned for that. All right. It's been fun. Here's how we're going to do this. As soon as this ends, we're ending the stream. Coop's ending the stream. So let me turn auto stop on. As soon as this chug ends, we're done. So long. Thank you guys for tuning in. $430 in supers. You guys are insane. Appreciate the support. As soon as this chug ends, I'm out. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on noties. Follow me on social media at HGramNFL. We'll have more coverage. All right.